Hello everyone, I'm Sean Orleans, joined by Tam Bigelow, and this is the debut episode of Inside Anarchy.
Out of the Strong Style series. It's a completely packed card. Spalding Hall was completely sold out. The show was just amazing. Now, for those who did miss the Strong Style series event, you can find this on video on demand on IWTV. Make sure to use the STL Anarchy so you get 5 days free at IWTV.
That's right. Strong Style series, it's an 8-person single elimination tournament. The winner gets an automatic bid into the submission series later in the year. The only way to win a match in the Strong Style series is by either knockout or pinfall.
And actually in our first match, Gary J actually defeated Eric Stevens with a knockout. It was an amazing match, especially when those two get in the ring. Now moving into our second match of the night, we had Aaron Williams defeating Brett Eisen, also by KO.
Very surprising result there.
Extremely surprising right now. So right now we have Gary J and Aaron Williams in the first and second round. Now in the third match, Kurt Stallion defeated Jake Durden. And actually Greg Jovi, of course, made an appearance to the ring.
Yep, tried to interfered multiple times. And fortunately for Stallion, he managed to turn the tables and get a pinfall victory, a very sneaky pinfall victory over Jake Durden to advance to the second round.
Exactly, and then we're going to be going into the final match in the first round. Daniel Makabe defeated Thomas Shire.
Bit of an upset for some people, as Thomas Shire was favored by many to either reach the finals or win this Strong Style series outright.
You know, we're actually going to find out from Thomas Shire. We're actually going to be having him coming in today to do a quick interview. I understand that you're going to be interviewing him today about that very tragic loss and actually some of the other losses that he's had during Anarchy.
Looking forward to that. We went into non-tournament action. We had the Viking War Party defeat the Hooligans in their final appearance in the United States. Hell of a match. Chaos, chairs, everything. In the ring, around the ring. You'll have to catch it all on IWTV. #Anarchy Atmosphere.
Yes, and I mean, when those two teams get together, are we expecting really anything else out of the Hooligans and out of Viking War Party? It was almost like taking it back to old school Anarchy days.
Yes, and we went straight from there to the second round of the Strong Style series. Gary J defeating Aaron Williams by KO. Gary's second KO of the night. Amazing stuff as he advances to the finals.
And just watching Gary get up time and time again with some of these really intense matches, I mean, it makes you really wonder throughout the entire series where this was going to lead to.
Right. Gary almost has an inhuman ability to absorb punishment. He'll take 3 shots to deliver 1, but a lot of the time that 1 shot is the game winner. We go into the second match of the semifinals. Daniel Makabe bests Kurt Stallion to advance to the finals. Very surprising. He knocked out Kurt Stallion with a right-hand punch. Amazing.
And what's so amazing about, too, I mean, Kurt Stallion, I mean, he really went into that match, especially with Jake Durden, especially on something as size as Jake Durden. And he actually went into this next match completely prepared. We thought he had this. We thought he would be able to maneuver his way through that match, but he took that KO.
Yeah, the wrestling genius outsmarted and outfought Kurt Stallion in a bit of a stunner. Other non-tournament match after the semifinal round, the family, Angelus Lane and Christian Rose, defeating Everett Connors and Space Jesus herself, Billy Starks. Before the match began, we had what would you say, a tussle, a mauling. Raul the Bear got into it with Greg Jovi.
I mean, poor Raul, he's just going out there supporting who he's supposed to be supporting. And
Right.
I feel like Greg Jovi, as we know, just goes out there every time and tries to interfere so much. So I think it was time for Raul to come out and defend his partners.
Yeah, he's a habitual line stepper. So
Yeah.
Raul, whooped his ass. I don't mind saying that. All right. And we go from there to the Gateway Heritage Championship match between Jeremy Wyatt and Evangelistico. Wyatt came out earlier in the night, tried to take the night off. He was supposed to face Sharkbait. Sharkbait got hurt. Wyatt says, I'm taking a default victory. Evangelistico says, not so fast.
And we have to remember, Evangelistico by far held the longest reign of that title.
Second longest reign. 520 days. Second only to Gary J, who held it for 862 days.
So, I mean, honestly, I can see why Evan would come out. This is like the first time that Evan is saying, hey, I am going to take this back from you. Jeremy Wyatt has held it for too long. And for Jeremy Wyatt to even come out and believe he would have that automatic hold on it just because Sharkbait wasn't there, I mean, it was time for him to be called out.
Right, and it was actually a bit of a hypocritical move on his part because during the match, Evangelistico exposed Jeremy Wyatt's hurt ribs. Wyatt tried calling Sharkbait out on the carpet, saying, "Hey, if you're hurt, you gotta rub some dirt on it," as he said in the show, the event. You got to show up and wrestle anyway.
But I mean, hey, as far as that's concerned, especially with Jeremy Wyatt, if you are showing up with an injury, please expect at some point people are going to know about that injury and people may use that injury against you. He went in knowing this, but again, he also went in knowing that Sharkbait was not going to be there tonight. And I think honestly, he tried to use that as a one-up average on him, give him time to heal.
Evan tried his best, tried targeting the ribs, suffered a pile driver on the outside. We're not totally sure if he was concussed or not. He had to be helped to the back by Everett Connors, by Billy Starks. We hope to have word with him down the line, and we will update you, the fans, when we have that information. This all rolls on into the main event of the evening. Gary J, Daniel Makabe, Strong Style Series.
I mean, I personally was completely shocked. I mean, Gary J defeated Daniel Makabe. These are two people who, when they get into the ring, they know what they are doing. They know how to go against their opponent. They know what they are looking for to win. They can take blows with the best. So, I mean, honestly, like with those two in the ring, it could have gone either way. But Gary J did defeat Daniel Makabe with an KO.
Yeah. Third KO of the night. Gary's, for lack of a better term, a tough son of a bitch. He moves on to the submission series after the end of the event. He calls out Jeremy Wyatt. Those two come face to face and start throwing punches. Match is set for March. Gary J versus Jeremy Wyatt for the Gateway Heritage Championship.
Well, I am definitely excited for the submission series. And of course, we will give you a complete rundown of that submission series.
Stepstool Sarah here for Anarchy Spotlight. Today, our spotlight is on Aaron Williams, the baddest man alive, who hails from Planet Williams. He has a height of 5'11". He weighs in at 210 beautiful meaty pounds. Technical striker, he is definitely known for those strikes, oh god. His Anarchy win-loss record really isn't the best, only 1-4, so hopefully the future will be much brighter for him. Fun fact, only 2-time TPI winner, and you guys can see him June 12th at Lethal Lottery. This is Stepstool Sarah, and this has been Anarchy's Wrestler Spotlight.
We're sitting here with Thomas Shire. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, thank you for having me, Sean.
First question, Thomas. You were one of the favorites in the Strong Style Series, and unfortunately you bowed out in the first round. Talk to us a little bit about that loss to Daniel Makabe. What's your thought process after that?
My thought process on that, well, I know a lot of people thought that maybe I was going to be a favorite, given my background and wrestling and my training and everything. And I trained really hard for that. I trained harder than a lot of other matches that I've had. And the track record at Anarchy, it hasn't been the best. I mean, it's not only losing in the first round of the Strong Style Series, it's admittedly a great opponent in Daniel Makabe, but also losing against Jeremy Wyatt for the GHC. I had an opportunity there, and I lost. I wrestled Warhorse, and I lost. I wrestled Gary J twice, and I lost both times. And the first time, everybody saw what happened with that. I never gave up. I never quit. I almost bled to death in the match. And yet I couldn't, I can't tell you why I couldn't get it done, Sean.
You mentioned those other matches. What does it say then that you tend to come up short in these big time confrontations? In other professional sports, there's teams that can perform very well in the regular season, but in a playoff situation or when there's a championship on the line, they come up short. How would you respond to people who say Thomas Shire can't win the big one?
Well, maybe I have to rethink some things, Sean. Maybe I have to go back to the drawing board. Maybe even they're right. A lot of times, I mean, wrestling, it's not a team sport. We saw that. Another loss that I had, the family turning their back on me. That's another loss for me. That's another thing where I have to refocus myself, and it's only me out there. And I mean, maybe they're right. Maybe what I'm doing just isn't working.
You mentioned your emotions. It seems like you get frustrated in a lot of these matches, and it ends up costing you. Specifically, that second match with Gary, you came in and you were out wrestling him. You had an advantage, and you got a little agitated or got in your own head and seemed to maybe take your foot off the gas, and it cost you. He knocked you out. How do you, where do you go from there? Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, with Gary, I mean, like I said, I train hard. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of in the ring. And I know I can perform on a high level. And really, in my mind, there's nobody that can do it better than me. And maybe that's a fault. Maybe I did underestimate Gary. I mean, the first time we were in there, I mean, I threw him off my shoulders into the third row onto some chairs, and he got back up. And no matter what I did, I kept beating him and just wailing on his body, and he just kept on getting back up. So maybe I got in my head a little bit, Sean. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm a little bit of a hothead.
So where does Thomas Shire go from here? What is your big goal in 2020?
The big goal in 2020. Well, there's only one man in Anarchy that's beaten me twice. There's only one man in my entire career to ever make me bleed my own blood. Almost die in the ring, basically, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody said, right, Sean? So maybe I channel my emotions. Maybe I don't. And maybe I end Gary J. That's my plan, Sean. That's my goal in 2020, Sean. I want to beat Gary J. in St. Louis Anarchy. I will do it.
Thomas, thank you for sitting down with us, taking time out of your day to answer these questions. We appreciate it. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, Sean Orleans here, joined alongside Step Stool Sarah, the voice of Anarchy, to tell us about the March 28th upcoming event, Anarchy versus Everybody.
We have 3 unreal matches happening. I mean, they're all unreal, but these 3 deserve a huge spotlight.
Yes.
Matt Cage is returning,
Unbelievable.
and he's shooting his shot for the IWTV Independent Wrestling Championship against Warhorse. Warhorse, defending reigning champion. So, if he still has it by then.
Yeah.
Because that's still a ways away. So, unreal match there. And then, besties in the world take on a newly formed tag team that's a chaotic mix of Kurt Stallion and Nick fucking Gage.
I didn't know we could cuss here, but okay.
It's Anarchy. Live a little. We've been really close to losing the building before.
May
so
lose it here.
Could lose it here. Who knows? But
What about that main event?
main event. Gary J, the fucking mayor of Spalding Hall, is going for the Gateway Heritage Championship against Jeremy Wyatt. That match, ooh. We know that Gary and his body, he does some reckless things, especially in Spalding Hall.
Yes.
This match, oh,
It'll slap.
it'll dick slap fucks. So,
Yes.
March 28th, Anarchy versus Everybody.
Catch it live on IWTV, or if you want to be there in person to catch that Anarchy atmosphere, hashtag Anarchy atmosphere, you can go online, anarchyversuseverybody.bpt.me to buy tickets. We'll see you there.
Man, that was a successful ass show.
Yeah, man, I had a great time.
Hell yeah. Let's go to motherfucking Denny's.
Denny's?
Yeah.
We only made $5 a piece.
Let's go get that motherfucking dollar menu.
That's right. Dollar Menu Mid-Cards. Please join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/AnarchySTL. Help feed us. Help us get something better than the dollar menu. This guy hasn't had a steak in years. Thanks for the support, guys, and we'll hope to hear from you soon.
That's going to do it for us at Inside Anarchy. For Tam Tam Bigelow, I am Sean Orleans. Join us back here in 2 weeks. Evan Jalistico is going to join us for a sit-down interview. We'll also be talking Anarchy versus Everyone and some more. Thank you all very much, and remember, do it for the brand.